All right, Drew Brees, we've done interviews for 14 years, never anything quite like this. Congratulations on the big win. And what does this mean for this football team right now?
Well, listen, it's a great win because it's the first game of the season, and you always want to start off on the right foot, right? 1-0. So that was the goal at the start of this week, and here we are. As we looked at this game, obviously we knew there was going to be somewhat of this just unknown or adjustment as we walk in our stadium that is used to being such a home field advantage and such a ruckus crowd, and you could hear a pin drop. So really wild there. Even the kind of the white noise that they pump in, it's such at a low level that it's just kind of creates just a little bit of a buzz in the stadium. So listen, it's weird, you're used to big plays, big cheers, all that stuff on both sides of the ball, but at the end of the day, we knew that we had to somewhat create our own energy. Obviously we're playing for a lot regardless of whether there's fans in the stands or not, and all we can do is worry about what we can control. And as I look at the game, listen, I felt like we had great energy through that whole game, and I felt like it was a great team win. Listen, were there a bunch of mistakes? Yes. I know I can play a heck of a lot better too. But man, we had a couple big turnovers on defense, one of them resulting in a touchdown. We blocked a field goal. That was huge. And then obviously get a turnover in special teams as well. Got set up with good field position a bunch. Ran the ball effectively. So listen, all in all, it was a great team win.
You guys really never panicked in this game, and Alvin Kamara gets the big contract this week, and boy, he didn't waste any time delivering. You guys were down 7-0, but he steps up big. You get the touchdown pass to him, then he gets another one on the ground. That was a huge first half for Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, it was huge. It was, and we had a couple big third down conversions, but for the most part, we need to get much better in that regard. But man, Alvin, both in the run game and the pass game, is such a weapon, and complement that with all the other guys that we have at the skill positions, and our ability just to mix and match personnel makes it pretty lethal.
Janoris Jenkins' pick six of Tom Brady, that had to give this whole team, especially the offensive lift after that moving forward.
Listen, absolutely. I think we came out of the first half. Obviously, we're up 17-7. I think offensively, we knew, man, we can't play much worse than we just played, and we were the benefit of a turnover and a nice special teams play. And then obviously to start off the second half with that and go up 24-7, right away, you just feel like, all right, momentum is on our side. And now we just got to put some good drives together, try to keep our defense off the field because obviously they were battling, and, get points out of the deal.
The Bucs come back. They cut the lead 24-17, but you guys had, I call it a vintage Sean Payton, Drew Brees type drive. 6 plays, 61 yards in 2 minutes and 25. Jared Cook, you hit the big pass with him. Then you find Emmanuel Sanders for the very first time as a New Orleans Saint. How big was that drive for this football team?
Yeah, it was big. I think we'd had 2 3-and-outs right before that, and just hadn't really been able to get anything going. So the big play obviously sparked us, and then we were able to capitalize with a touchdown and make it a 2-touchdown game, which, you felt like, man, we were just building that lead.
I know you don't play Tom Brady, but this was hyped up. First time 2 quarterbacks over the age of 40 started a football game. You guys have faced each other so many times. I know you've told me many times over the last couple of years, you take everything in at this point in your career. Do you take this game in facing a guy like Tom Brady, who you have so much respect for, not only before the game, during it, and afterwards too?
Yeah, listen, I'd be lying if I said it didn't have a little extra special meaning, just from the standpoint that, we've been blessed to be able to play this game for so long. We played this game against each other in college, for goodness sakes, back in 1999. There were probably some guys on our team that weren't born then.
A lot.
And here we are, haven't had the chance to play against each other quite a few times in the NFL, and obviously have had long careers. Got nothing but love and respect for him. Unfortunately, he's in the division now, which means it just got that much tougher. But it was good to get this first win against them today.
What was it after the game with Tom? Did you guys have a chance? Memorable said between the two of you?
Yeah, listen, one person was going to be happy and one person was going to be pissed. And I'm just glad that I was the happy one.
Drew, this is such a outlier year in so many ways. You don't have OTAs, you don't have minicamp, you don't have preseason games. Your head coach doesn't want to call it a real training camp. How good is it to get this game out of the way after such a different offseason and move forward now, because you guys won on a team level in so many ways?
Yeah, listen, it was it was good. No preseason games, right? That's typically a chance for everybody to kind of work off the rust. Obviously, get a lot of reps for young guys, that haven't had the chance to play in the NFL yet. So, you step out there today and no fans in the stands, and it's just one of those deals where, man, this is not normal, but yet it is the new normal, at least for a short period of time. Hopefully we're able to get some fans in the stands. We're all rooting for that, hoping for that. I know the state of Louisiana is as well. We just got to get everybody on board to make sure we can get that done. Because obviously, we know what a difference it makes for us as a home field advantage, but also, man, our fans love their Saints and we love them, and we want to be in this together.
Drew, I haven't talked to you since the Pro Bowl, which I'm sure seems like 80 years ago for you and a lot of other people. But how are you doing? How's the family doing? How are you coping through all this right now?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're coping. Kids are in school, but obviously there's the new normal there. And just again, the in-season schedule is so just structured, right? And obviously it's a big commitment, big sacrifice. I mean, all of us are spending so much time at the facility, and so our families, at times kind of bear the brunt of that sacrifice. And couple that with obviously all the COVID protocols and restrictions and all that stuff. So listen, we're making most of the time together, making most of the opportunity we're going to have this season, and again, just kind of take it as it comes. Worry about what we can control, right? And man, at this point, it's about us being the best football team that we can be, giving fans something to cheer about, give them something to hope for and cheer for. And man, we'll be back. We're in this together regardless, but man, we'd love to get the fans back in the stadium so we can all, keep this journey going.
Drew, last question I have. The bad news, no fans here in the Superdome. The good news, when you go on the road, you won't have any Las Vegas Raiders fans next week. Is that going to be an advantage going on the road, just knowing that it's a level playing field next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly. I mean, when you don't have to worry about crowd noise, that's just another element that you have to deal with. So it'll be the first game period in that stadium, right?
Yeah.
First game period. So, man, we haven't seen it. Obviously, they haven't played a game in it either, right? So we all have that going for us.
Well, congratulations on your first win, and we have to congratulate ourselves on our first Zoom interview. It was a success. We appreciate you being with us for the 14th straight year. We look forward to many more post-game interviews. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.